Hey YouTube, what is up? Zell Productions here with a brand new Red Eyes deck profile with the new cards from a new set. I also want to do something with Red Eyes because it's a cool archetype I guess, and I liked it as a child, so I was testing it as soon as the new cards were announced in the OCG. And I kinda came up with a rank 7 spam build, but I didn't think that was strong enough to compete with the meta because in the meta you lose in one turn or you win in one turn, at least like it feels that way. And Red Eyes needs to have like at least 2 turns to do what it can do, because the Red Eyes fusion kinda limits you to only fusion summon a turn and don't summon anything else. So I thought of like making a more stun variation with good hand traps to counter your opponents very well. So that's what I came up with, and I'm going to show you right now. So 2 of the vanilla and 3 of the black flare dragon. It's basically just kind of the same, except for like this one is good, this is really bad. And I just need 5 because of desires. And the new spell card says that when you activate it, you dump 1 Red Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then you search for a Red Eyes spell or trap card. And if you go with like Red Eyes fusion, you dump another 2 cards. And the new black comet dragon also dumps a card, so there's already 3 cards in grave. And if you play only 3 good ones, then the chance of banishing like 1 is very high with desire, so I decided to play 3, and I just have like cards to get these out of my hand anyway, so yeah. Then the other new one is the new Meteor dragon. You never really summon this card, at least I don't. And its effect is when this card is normal summoned as an effect monster, your other Red Eyes monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. But yeah, that's kinda irrelevant because you never really summon it. It's always better to like summon one of these to make exceed plays, so yeah. Then one of the Darkest Metal Dragon. It doesn't really come up that often because you have to draw it. And yeah, it's not really a combo piece anyway. It's okay because it brings back monsters every turn, but you don't really have that much turns in this meta anyway. But it's good to draw. It's like another 28 beat stick on the field, so yeah. That's basically it for the Rise monsters. It's a small component, but this deck is more about the stun aspect. And you stun your opponent with 3 of these, because your opponent is not able to banish cards with this, so against ABC what you would do is, as soon as they special summon their Tsukuyomi, you just special summon this from hand by discarding a card, and then they can discard their stuff, but Tsukuyomi is already too small to get over this, and they can't make Buster, because they can't banish, they also can't use Buster effect if they have it, and yeah, they can tag out, but that's not really that big of a deal. And they're also not able to play Desires, so Chaos Hunter is really good. Then probably the best part about this deck is that you can main 3 of these because of your extra deck. I mean, like Red Eyes makes like about 9 monsters, and you usually just special summon like the new fusion and the Red Eyes Exceed. The other ones are pretty situational, so you have like 6 slots to dedicate on a cherry, which is really good. And if you look at it theory-wise, you will probably end up with one of the new ones on the field, and the Red Eyes fusion kind of limits you towards only being able to make this and not summon anything else. And your opponent kind of has to like summon 2 monsters to go into their essential extra deck monsters, so You're always able to cherry your opponent even if you go first, so yeah. Then two of the Maxxis. It's really good, it helps like against everything, so that's it for the hand traps and for monsters in general. Then for the spells, I play 3 Desires. Obviously it's kind of the best card in the format, I think. I also play 2 of Redstone, cards of Redstone, and 2 Allure. They all have reasons, like, this is obvious, but these are basically to get rid of like Access, Red Ice, level 7 monster in your hand and still be able to like dig through your deck. The Allure is basically in here to get rid of the new Meteor Dragon in your hand because it's a 6 and not a 7. And also excess Cherries and Chaos Hunters. Then I play the new Red Ice Inside. This card is really good. Like, just being able to dump so much because you can search discard. It just helps you be able to like set up for next turn. Especially with like the new Black Comet Dragon because it burns. It also dumps a card. If it dies, it reborns one. So being able to like special summon a few rank 7s from your extra deck is so crucial sometimes because your opponent just isn't able to deal with it after like a Chaos Hunter or a Cherry or like maybe a Maxi if it didn't really extend their combo, but like the Red Ice Inside just opens up plays for days. Then 3 of the Reborn spell. You can even bring the new fusion back with this because it's an 8. That's really good. It doesn't trigger when it's summoned this way, but I mean like reporting a 3500 beat stick is just phenomenal, I guess. 2 Twin Twisters because you need the outs against back row. 1 Dragon's Mirror because some decks can't really deal with first of the dragons. And Raigeki just to like clear fields, I guess. Let's do the spells. Traps is a little bit less because yeah, you need to be able to like make plays, I guess. So yeah, for the traps, I play 2 strikes and a warning. The Solemn Brigade. I don't think I need more because I mean like I already play 43 cards and I play 6 traps in total, so that's fine, I guess. Then emptiness. This card needs to be banned. You win so many games if you see emptiness and your opponent doesn't have an out. Like you establish your field and you just kill them, I guess. 1 Eradicator epidemic fires. This is a blowout because against Blue Eyes, against heroes and other decks that just play so many spells, they just lose immediately. And against Paleozoic, if I'm not mistaken, they trigger when the Paleozoic player activates a trap card on the field, and then they special summon themselves. And if you just flip this standby phase and tribute your Meteor Black Comet Dragon, you just win almost instantly because you can just discard all their traps they drew, even with Demise and Desires and their trophies and such. So that's a really good blowout card. And then just one of these because it helps to make big fields on your second turn. So that's the main deck. Then for the extra, I play 2 of the new fusion. When this card is fusion summoned, you can dump 1 Red Ice monster from your deck or hand to the graveyard and burn your opponent for half the attack of that monster it was sent. And when this dies, or even when it just leaves the field, you can reborn 1 more monster from the graveyard. So it really is a good setup card and it helps burning and it helps like having board presence because it's really big. It's 3,500 attack, so that's really good. Then first of the dragons. Some decks just can't really deal with it. Then 3 of the most important cards in the deck, because you can make 3 if you have like a certain setup with like 4 red eyes, level 7 monster in the grave, and a, what is it called? Return of the Dragon Lords and Return of the Red Eyes, and when this dies you can make like 3 of these in one turn. Then Big Eye, Draco Sack, and F-Zero. The rest are basically cherry targets, but I mean like these cards come up sometimes because I make like a lot of 7s, so F-Zero is possible to make and sometimes it's needed. Then cherry targets are Dante, obviously, Bahamut Shark. It's needed because I don't have the Totally Awesome yet, and it's still okay because against the hero deck you can just cherry this and it can't make the Totally Awesome anyway. And then also Darklaw against heroes, and sometimes BABK when they main the Mosh Gains second. The ABC Dragon Buster for ABCs, obviously, the Spirit Dragon for Blue Eyes, and then just one Omega because of what is it called, Minerva Sworn and Antloop decks and Infernoids. So that's basically it for the deck profile. I didn't include a side deck because I still want to test this deck a bit more before I actually start working on a side, because while playtesting against like, friends with other like meta decks, then you're able to see what you might have needed at certain situations. I think I already know what I would probably use, but yeah, I mean like it's sometimes just better to test before actually trying to give information that might actually not be the most optimal information. So I decided to not include a side deck. I will probably do it in the future if I manage to change the build completely or whatever. Like that can happen. So that's basically it for today, and I hope to see all of you in the next one. I'm not really sure what I will do next, but yeah, like I always say, I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new about the deck can be played, and I hope to see all of you guys in the next one. Peace!